चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखावितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण कृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामी नामिने हरे कृष्णा मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातम् अहं वन्दे श्रीगुरु दीननारायणं। Hare Krishna, welcome all and thank you for joining today's class. So Bhumika Mataji is busy for some seva. So I'm going to take up the class today. So please bless me and need your blessings to whatever I speak is for the purification, for your purification as well as my purification. So let's start. So we are, you all have done till shloka number 3.3. So we'll start from 3.4. Okay, so let's chant the shloka. न कर्मणाम् अनारम्भान् नैष्कर्म्यं पुरुषो वश्नुते न च सन्न्यसनादेव सिद्धिं समधिगच्छति. Any Mataji would like to chant the shloka?
Can I, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Na karmanam anarambhan nashkarmyam purushoshnute na cha sanyasana deva siddhim samadhi gacchati. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, any other Mataji would want to chant? Or Prabhuji?
Sure, Mataji, I'll chant.
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Om Nam Pranams Mataji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Shloka 3.4. Na karmana manarambhan naishkarmyam purushoshnute na cha sanyasana deva siddhim samadhi gacchati. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, so let's do these synonyms and translation. Anybody would like to read synonyms and translation?
May I, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Not by merely abstaining from work can one achieve freedom from reaction, nor by renunciation alone can one attain perfection. Hare Krishna.
You can chant the synonyms also, Mataji, the meanings.
Okay. Meanings. Na, not. Karmanam, of prescribed duties. Anarambhat, by non-performance. Naishkarmyam, freedom from reaction. Purusha, a man. Ashnute, achieves. Na, no. Na, nor. Cha,
Sanyasanat.
Samadhi gacchati.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, so let's read the purport. Any other Mataji would like to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji, may I?
Yeah.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The renounced order of life can be accepted when one has been purified by the discharge of the prescribed form of duties, which are laid down just to purify the hearts of materialistic men. Without purification, one cannot attain success by abruptly adopting the fourth order of life, sannyasa. According to the empirical philosophers, simply by adopting sannyasa or retiring from fruitive activities, one at once becomes as good as Narayana. But Lord Krishna does not approve this principle. Without purification of heart, sannyasa is simply a disturbance to the social order. On the other hand, if someone takes to the transcendental service of the Lord, even without discharging his prescribed duties, whatever he may be able to advance in the cause is accepted by the Lord. Buddhi Yoga. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayato mahato bhayat. Even a slight performance of such a principle enables one to overcome great difficulties. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So, in the last few shlokas or the previous shlok, now Arjuna is asking some questions to Krishna, right? So, what are the questions? Does anybody know any question? What question Arjuna has asked in the last one or two shlokas? Okay. Um, so basically, Krishna. Okay, Mataji, you want to say something? Raj Lakshmi Mataji.
Mataji.
Yes,
Srimati.
Mataji.
Yes.
Arjuna is asking Krishna, is intelligence better than the fruitive work? So, and
Yes.
also,
Correct.
yeah, and which is most beneficial for me? So, like that, Arjuna wants to ask.
Okay. Very nice. Thank you,
Understand the,
Mataji.
yeah, thank you.
Yes. So basically, Arjuna is very confused now because Krishna has given him the knowledge of Gyan Yoga also, and he's also at the same time telling about Karma Yoga also. So he wants to know which is better, Karma Yoga or Gyan Yoga. What is better? So what is superior? And if in case you are telling that Gyan is superior, then why not I just go and renounce? Better let me do that if Gyan is superior. So why do you want to tell me to fight? So last one or two shlokas, this was discussed, right? So we see that there are two categories of people. One are Gyan Yogis and one are Buddhi Yogis. Gyan Yogis, Buddhi Yogis, or the Karma Yogis. Okay. So Karma Yogis are involved in active service. So here Krishna is telling him, not by merely abstaining from work one can achieve freedom from reaction, nor by renunciation alone one can attain perfection. So both the things has been discussed over here. Okay. Nor if you just go and leave your work, you can achieve the freedom from reaction. Nor by renunciation alone one can attain perfection. So what should I do? What is the thing? So karmanam is prescribed duties. Now, what are the prescribed duties? Anybody knows or anybody has any idea about what are prescribed duties?
One is
Mataji,
Yes, Saurabh Prabhu, you want to say something?
Mataji, duties which are in Shastras which are mentioned, like, we need to follow those duties, Mataji.
Yes. So, yes, Mataji, somewhere I heard somebody is saying according to Varnashram. Okay. So, we are having four Varnas. Can you tell me which are the four Varnas?
Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra.
Yes. So, in our Shastras, there are some duties, particularly for Brahmanas, for Kshatriyas, for Vaishyas, for Shudras. So, according to the ability. So, prescribed duties are basically according to the ability and the nature of the person is doing some kind of uh, uh, like according to in which ashram he is, he has to do the duties. So if he doesn't do his duty, okay, he cannot attain renunciation, right? There is no point in going for such kind of renunciation. So here it is saying that the renounced order of life can be accepted when one has been purified by the discharge of prescribed form of duties which are laid down just to purify the hearts of the materialistic men. So what do you mean by this? So here Krishna is telling that the renounced order. Now, if you perform your prescribed duties, like earlier, it used to be like if the person is in the Vaishya or he's a Kshatriya or a Brahman. So, if he is doing his duty very properly and he's doing it like nishkam karma kind of thing, and he is purified through like with his duties. He is doing it regularly and he is doing it in the best possible way and without expecting the results, then he's automatically promoted to the Jnana Yoga. But nowadays, the problem is why it is not recommended now, because we don't know which ashram, which varna we belong to. Because now what is happening in Kali Yuga, we have been all jumbled up. We have all been like doing as per what we are in another ashram, we are in another varna, and we are doing something else. So it's all a khichdi in Kali Yuga. So we don't know what is our real position. So here, this kind of thing is very difficult. So what is left with us is whichever position we are in. Like suppose I am a grahastha presently. Okay, but now being a grahastha also, I have my duties. I have to do. Thing is, when I do bhakti, if I do service for Krishna, it has no loss. There is no loss in that. So whichever condition we are in, we can do. So otherwise, what used to happen is if we just do something without the purification of our heart, one cannot attain success by abruptly adopting the fourth order of life, sannyasa. So now what is happening is some people, they just want to, they have not purified themselves. But suddenly out of the blue moon, they realize that they have to become spiritual. And what they'll do is they just leave their home, or they will they are grahastha, they have lots of duties to do, but suddenly they realize that there is nothing in this life and they want to take up sannyas, and they'll just and go to the forest, or we see there are many kind of people who just take sannyas without any purification, and without guidance of a spiritual master. If you do that, that is going to be create that is going to create a havoc in the society. What this shloka is trying to tell us. So according to the empirical philosophers, simply by adopting sannyas or retiring from fruitive activities, one as at once becomes as good as Narayan. So some people who are just into, they just want to jump into the gyan thing without the heart being purified, and they think that they have come in association with some gyanis, so still they have some duties to perform, and they start follow doing some kind of meditations, and they feel that they are as good as Narayan. So that is very dangerous. So we have to do our duties. And as grahastha, ISKCON Krishna consciousness is very simple. Like Krishna says that Krishna is trying to explain to Arjuna, like your position, wherever you are in your position, don't deviate from that. You understand what is your role. Take up the gyan, okay, and do according to what I say. That is what Krishna is trying to tell Arjuna. But Lord Krishna does not approve this principle. Which principle? That we cannot become Narayan, right? Because we see now there are many people who, they once they go to some jnani path, they consider themselves that they have become like God. Okay, they have got godly activities, and we have also become like God. So they tell each other Namo Narayana, Namo Narayana, and they behave as though they are very, very intellectual. But actually, in the heart, they have not purified themselves. So there is no point. So here, without purification of the heart, sannyas is simply a disturbance to the social order. On the other hand, if someone takes to the transcendental service of the Lord, even without discharging his prescribed duties, whatever he may be able to do, advance in the cause is accepted by the Lord Buddhi Yoga. So even like say, suppose a person who is in Krishna consciousness and he goes to the temple every day and makes up some garlands, or at home she's that person is just trying to chant properly, sincerely, and call devotees at home, and trying to serve the devotees, and he's going to the temple regularly. So that is also sufficient enough. So that is called Buddhi Yoga. And even in that particular state, Swalpamasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. What does this shloka mean? That even if you do little for Krishna, so it can save you from the greatest danger. So even a slight performance of such a principle enables to overcome great difficulties. So here we understand one point, that we have to act in Krishna consciousness, and we don't have to jump for sannyas. Like we have to leave our work and create a social havoc in the society. So here in shloka number 2.40 also you must have seen that Krishna is telling that you have a right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. So somebody who is just trying to so earlier it used to be like that, just do your duty properly and then you are uh, taken up to the gyan level. Okay, but here Krishna has given us a more simpler path, we can say. No karma, no jnana, and Krishna has combined karma yoga, means he has combined that karma with bhakti, not only your prescribed duty. So whatever is your duty, just connect it with Krishna. So basically a gyan yogi is he's trying to understand through his own knowledge and trying to reach to a certain point and then starting his bhakti. Like he's riding a bicycle, we can say, and he's trying to reach to a point where he can start his bhakti after attaining that gyan, that yes, I have to start doing bhakti, and then he understands about the about Krishna. But a bhakti yogi from the starting itself, so even if he is not doing any of his duties, in the sense, even if he is mixed up with all his duties, still Krishna, because he surrendered to Krishna, he at once Krishna takes him in the bike. So probably we may, when we are following Krishna conscious path, we may meet a person on the road who has, with lot of effort, try to reach to a point where he's trying to understand about. But here
Hare Krishna. Is everyone facing a problem? I mean,
Yes, madam.
Yes,
Yes,
Mataji,
we
the
can't
voice is
hear.
breaking.
We can't
Yes,
hear.
The voice is breaking. We can't hear you,
yoga and
Mataji.
Mataji has been freezed.
is my voice not clear?
We can't hear. Not audible,
Mataji,
Mataji.
your
Very
voice is
clear.
breaking, Mataji.
Oh my God, you should have told me earlier. Okay, I'll try to fix up my connection. But my connection Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare
we can
Krishna,
hear you,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, it's better now.
Now better?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. And can you see the screen as well?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So here see two paths, indirect path, direct path. So Sankhya Yoga, indirect path, and Buddhi Yoga or Krishna consciousness is the direct path.
Hare
So
Krishna.
in the
Hare Krishna. Sorry, Mataji, to interrupt you. Mataji, is it possible to just make the screen full? I mean,
okay, is not see full. It is full only, Mataji, for me. I don't know
okay. Okay, I'll
how to
just
make
zoom
it
in.
more bigger.
Just if you could zoom in, Mataji, like the zoom percentage, if you could increase.
Okay, 1 minute.
I think individually we have to zoom. It is full screen only.
I am doing it on a desktop. For me, it is showing full screen.
Yeah.
I don't know about the mobile
Okay, I'll do something, yeah, Mataji, no problem. Hare
because here there is There is no option of Zoom in this. I can't see. Okay.
Okay,
So,
Mataji, sorry for the interruption.
try to hear Mataji, whatever, little, then Mataji will share these things. So, Krishna consciousness is the direct path. Then in Sankhya Yoga, we are dependent on experimental knowledge and philosophy of one's own limited capacity. Okay. And in Buddhi Yoga or Krishna consciousness, we are entirely dependent on Krishna and does not depend on one's limited capacity of sense control, purity to advance. Therefore, it is easy and better. Okay. Unsure of success. Maybe in the path of Jnana Yoga, what will happen is maybe we are stuck in some place and maybe we don't reach our goal, we don't reach our destination. But in Krishna consciousness Buddhi Yoga, we will definitely, by the mercy of Krishna and the Vaishnavas, there is no flaw in this process. Why? Because we are following somebody who's always also like already seen the truth. Okay. So it is better to follow somebody rather than trying to come out of our own conclusion, what is right and what is wrong. Okay. And then initially purification required by the prescribed duty. So then here, through our karmas, we have to purify ourselves and then we reach to a Gyan Yoga position. But in Krishna consciousness, it is easier. It is itself purificatory. And in the process, you will get Gyan also and you will understand what karma is also. So Bhakti Yoga, trying to conclude the shloka, is Bhakti Yoga is very easy and it is not recommended to take sannyas. Just by the mind we can, we'll try to abstain the senses, but from the mind we are not purified, nor by the heart. So there is no point in taking up that kind of process. So let's do another shloka, next one, that will make it more clear. Okay, 3.5. Okay, let's chant the shloka. Nahi kachit kshanamapi jatu tishtatya karma krit karyate hyavasha karma sarva prakriti jair gunaihi. Okay, anybody for synonyms and translation?
Hare Krishna.
Hare
I'll
Krishna.
recite this.
Yeah, Mataji, go ahead.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Shloka 3.5. Nahi kaschit janamapi jatu tishtati akarma krit karyate hi avashak karma sarvah prakriti jair gunaihi. Hare Krishna.
Okay, any Mataji for synonyms and translation? Okay, now my voice is clear, Mataji. Is it
Yes.
okay? Or?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Synonyms
Okay,
and translation by Srila Prabhupada. Na, nor, he, certainly, kashchit, anyone, kshanam, a moment, api, also, jatu, at any time, tishtati, remains, akarmakrit, without doing something, karyate, is forced to do, he, certainly, avashaha, helplessly, karma, work, sarva, all, prakriti jay, born of the modes of material nature, guneh, by the qualities. Everyone is forced to act helplessly according to the qualities he has acquired from the modes of material nature. Therefore, no one can refrain from doing something, not even for a moment. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So here it is said, Nahi kashchit kshanam api. Kashchit. Kashchit means anyone. Kshanam api. Not even for a moment. What? Not even for a moment. What? A person cannot sit without doing something even for a moment. Like this shloka is telling us about the soul. What is the characteristic of the soul? So we say that like this body is dead matter, right? But okay, Sudha Mataji, would you want to say something?
No, Mata, that is for reading the purport. I raise my hand.
Okay, just 2 minutes, Mataji. Yeah, you can read after 2 minutes. Okay, so nahi kashit kshanamapi jatu tishtatya karma krit. So a person cannot sit without doing something. He has to do something or the other according to the nature he has acquired from the past. Okay, so if we are all like we are in the mode of goodness or passion or ignorance. Okay, so if according to the prakriti, what it is saying, karyate hyavashah karma, he is helplessly, he is doing all the karma. He is doing some or the other karma. How he is doing? Because out of the prakriti jaihi, like uh, if he is in the mode of goodness, he will do any work which is in the mode of goodness. If he is in the mode of passion, he will act according to the mode of passion. So he will work in that particular mode what he has acquired in his previous birth, you can say, okay, or previous association from many janmas, whatever mode he is into, he will do that particular thing. So we see that by birth only some people are, having brahmanical qualities. They like to read the scriptures, even though sometimes they are not born in a Brahmin family, but they want to do such kind of activities. And we also see at the same time that if a person is sometimes born in a Brahman family, but he does the activities which a Vaishya wants to do, or this something else, so depends upon our association with which guna, with which mode we have done the association. According to that, our nature develops or sanskar develops, and according to that we want to do some kind of activity, because we cannot live without doing any activity even for a moment. So, in these particular shlokas, they have explained to us, if we do not do any activity as per Krishna consciousness, if we don't engage our mind or our activities in Krishna's service, then we are serving the Maya. Why? Because Krishna has energies like, Yogmaya, then Krishna has Mahamaya, okay, Yogmaya, then so according to our desires, we are engaged in those kind of activities. According to our association, we change the mode in which we are. So initially, what used to happen is we were all in the mode of passion or ignorance. Still, we are okay, but too much of passion and ignorance, and we were not interested in doing any kind of spiritual activities, because people have Bhagavad Gita, but still they kept the Bhagavad Gita as it is. They have kept, generally we get somebody gives Bhagavad Gita, we do not even open and try to understand what Krishna is trying to say. But with the association of devotees, so what happens? We are changing our things to mode of goodness. So because we are accepting Krishna as the master, so we are coming in association with the devotees, and they are guiding us what we should do. Yes, we should wake up early. Yes, we should chant in the morning. Yes, we should engage our mind and activities, how to serve the Lord, rather than, even if we are doing our work. Now, that is the best thing in Krishna consciousness, that even if we are doing any kind of work, how to mold our life in such a way that it connects itself to Krishna. That is what we are going to discuss in this shloka. Why? Because we have been given senses. Okay, we have five working senses, and we have five knowledge inquiring senses. Jnanendriya, Karmendriya. Okay, so Jnanendriya, we are acquiring the knowledge. Okay, so what knowledge we are accepting, according to that Karmendriya is performing. Okay, the Buddhi, being the superior, is guiding. Okay, so now if I have understood that yes, this Bhagavad Gita, this path of spiritual realization is the process of Krishna consciousness, is very simple and easy to do. How I have to do it? Then our buddhi gives the knowledge, and then it makes us do the activity. So our association, our buddhi, we have to basically, what we have to do? We have to purify our intelligence. Okay. And once the intelligence is purified, our mode changes. Okay, Mataji. So let's read the purport. Sudha Mataji, you wanted to read?
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. It is not a question of embodied life, but it is the nature of the soul to be always active. Without the presence of the spirit soul, the material body cannot move. The body is only a dead vehicle to be worked by the spirit soul, which is always active and cannot stop even for a moment. As such, the spirit soul has to be engaged in the good work of Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, it will be engaged in occupations dictated by the illusory energy. In
Thank you,
contact with.
Mataji. So,
Okay, thank you.
did you all understand what we discussed, what they're trying to tell? It's very easy now. Yeah. Like the body is only a dead vehicle, only a dead vehicle. It is just the covering of the soul. Okay. Actually, who's working? Who? It is just a vehicle to be engaged. What as to what we are thinking, in which mode we are. Okay, so which is always active and cannot even stop for a moment. Who is active? Actually, the soul is active. Okay, and the mind is making us do everything. So once we purify our buddhi, our consciousness, the uh, sukshma, like the energies. Okay, like we have a two kind of gross body and subtle body. So what we think, our body does like that. Okay, so mind is thinking, feeling, willing. This is the action activities of the mind. So the mind is very strong, and more strong than the mind is buddhi. Okay, so buddhi, if purified, will give the instruction to the mind, and then the mind will give instruction to the senses. But here in Kali Yuga, what is happening? Ulta. The senses are running here and there, and the mind is also running after the senses, and then the buddhi is also corrupted, and then the soul, that poor soul, has nothing to do but just to sit and watch whatever the person is doing. So but if we channelize our intelligence properly, then we can engage our all the senses in Krishna's service. Okay, yes, Mataji, continue.
Hare Krishna. In contact with material energy, the spirit soul acquires material modes, and to purify the soul from such affinities, it is necessary to engage in the prescribed duties enjoined in the Shastras. But if the soul is engaged in its natural function of Krishna consciousness, whatever he is able to do is good for him. The Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.17 affirms this. त्यक्त्वा स्वधर्मं चरणाम्बुजं हरेत् भजन अपकोथ पतेत् ततो यदि यत्र क्व वा भद्रम् अभूत् अमुष्य किं को वार्त आप्तो भजतां स्वधर्मतः. If someone takes to Krishna consciousness, even though he may not follow the prescribed duties in the Shastras or execute the devotional service properly, and even though he may fall down from the standard, there is no loss or evil for him. But if he carries out all the injunctions for purification in the Shastras, what does it avail him if he is not Krishna conscious? So, the purificatory process is necessary for reaching this point of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, sannyasa or any purificatory process is to help reach the ultimate goal of becoming Krishna conscious, without which everything is considered a failure. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So here, uh, the story of the cobbler and the person who used to, like a Brahmana was there and a cobbler was there. Anyone knows?
Yes, Mataji, the
Yes,
faith
Mataji.
story, right?
That.
The Lord
Yeah.
is, faith story.
Faith story, yes. The faith story also we can connect over here. Like, though both were doing their duty, okay? He was a Brahmana and he was a cobbler. But the faith of the cobbler was so much that he was just like when Narad Muni went and asked Lord Vishnu, okay, when is he going to come back, and what he was doing, Lord Narayan. So Lord Narayan told him, okay, that just go and tell the cobbler that I am passing through, he is passing the elephant through the needle small hole. And the cobbler immediately approved of that. And he said, yes, my Lord is so great. If from a small seed, a huge tree can come, even he can do that. Okay. So the point is, and the Brahman, he was doing so many activities, so many things, but he was not understanding Krishna consciousness. Okay. So basically, whatever process you are into, if you don't understand ultimate goal of becoming, our ultimate goal is to understand Krishna, become Krishna consciousness. So even if you are in whatever state you are a Shudra or you are a Brahman, Krishna consciousness is so simple and easy that it will purify your heart. It will purify in itself. The chanting is so simple. Also, you see that there were brahmanas who were doing the yagya, and there were brahman patnis who were actually just cooking. When Krishna was hungry, so they were doing all the yagyas and all the rituals and everything. But then when actually Krishna, they came to ask for the food, they did not. They said, no, no, we are busy doing the yagya. Okay, the ultimate goal we have to understand. But when they went to the brahman patnis, they said, yes, brahmanis, they gave everything for Krishna. So if by doing the process of jnana yoga, karma yoga, or whatever, you don't understand the goal that we are doing everything for the pleasing Krishna, it's all waste. So purificatory process is necessary for reaching this point of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, sannyas or any process that ever you take, what is the use of that? It is the ultimate goal is of becoming Krishna consciousness, without which everything is considered a failure. So we may be able to chant so much. Sometimes we are doing many activities, chant so many shlokas, or do all the rituals or the yagyas or so many things. At the same time, if we are not doing that and we are just a simple householder, Srila Prabhupada says, if we are just a simple, a sweeper is better than a person who tries to just keep on meditating meditating, but he's not doing his duty. So better a sweeper is better. So just try to engage in some Krishna conscious activity, not necessary whichever ashram, whichever varna we are in, because in Kali everything is mixed up. So wherever we are, just by simply performing our regular duties and connecting that with Krishna, we can attain Krishna consciousness. We can reach our ultimate goal of becoming Krishna consciousness. Okay, next shloka we'll do. Shloka 3, 6. Hare Krishna. Any Mataji wants to chant shloka?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
कर्मेन्द्रियाणि संयम्य य आस्ते मनसा स्मरन् इन्द्रियार्थान् विमूढात्मा मिथ्याचारस्य उच्यते. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, synonyms translation, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Synonym is by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Karma Indriyani, the 5 working sense organs. Samyamya, controlling, anyone who, aste, remains, manasa, by mind, smaran, thinking, indriyarthan, sense objects, vimudha, foolish, atma, soul, mithya, acharaha, pretender, saha, he, uchyate, is called. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One who restrains the senses and organs of action, but whose mind dwells on sense objects, certainly deludes himself and is called a pretender. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams.
Krishna. Purport, Mataji, any Mataji, purport? Yes, Dinesh Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna. Purport: there are many pretenders who refuse to work in Krishna consciousness but make a show of meditation while actually dwelling within the mind upon sense enjoyment. Such pretenders may also speak on the dry philosophy in order to bluff sophisticated followers. But according to this verse, these are the greatest cheaters. For sense enjoyment, one can act in any capacity of the social order, but if one follows the rules and regulations of his particular status, he can make a gradual progress in purifying his existence. But he who makes a show of being a yogi while actually searching for the objects of sense gratification must be called the greatest cheater, even though he sometimes speaks of philosophy. His knowledge has no value because the effects of such a sinful man's knowledge are taken away by the illusory energy of the Lord. Such a pretender's mind is always impure, and therefore his show of yogic meditation has no value whatsoever. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. So we have seen here one who restrains the senses of action, but whose mind dwells on sense objects. So if a person just restrains the senses, he shows that he is a great meditator, and by the outside appearance, we can see that that person is wearing a saffron color dress, but his mind is not completely purified. It is not being used in the service of Krishna. So what will happen? His mind either will go for wine and women, they say. Okay, so we have seen nowadays there are many Babajis and Gurujis. What they do is they do show off, and they take up sannyas at a very early age because they have some kind of siddhis or something. People just try to follow them. People just are very innocent and they try to follow these people, and after a few years, or we see that they are being barred for something like, for a sexual assault or something, or some kind of murder or something. They are put into jail. So people are like, very really very confused in the society. They just try to believe anyone and everyone they see, just because they just see the outside thing. They don't know who's the real guru in today's world. So, who's actually a real guru? Somebody who tells you the purpose of your life. What is the purpose? What is the goal of our life? To uh, get out of this jail. One who explains to you that yes, this is not more maya. Some people think that okay, this is all more maya, just leave it and take sannyas. But what is the use? That person is still in the mind. He is actually in more maya because he is into this world only. He has not left this world. He cannot leave because from the mind he is attached to this world. So better is a person who just does his activity and engages his senses in Krishna's service. So at least because we cannot completely be, not do anything. We cannot do like that because these are sense objects and we need some kind of sense gratification. But which kind of sense gratification is okay? Which is as per the shastras, okay, like regulated. Like we are told to get married. It is not that the women can stay without marriage. No, Srila Prabhupada says that the women has to be under the protection either of the father or the son or the husband. She has to be. So, especially women, they cannot become sannyasis. Nowadays, we are seeing women are also taking up sannyas, which is absolutely wrong. It's not allowed. And even if here we see that in ISKCON also, there are very few brahmacharis, like maybe say 2-3% of people are brahmacharis. Rest all are the grahasthas. They have never recommended people to take up brahmacharya by leaving their duties. No, because brahmacharya ashram is very difficult. It's not easy to control all the senses. But it is advised to be in grahastha ashram, but be on a regulated level, not to just do anything what we want on our own. Also, they have very nicely explained to us who is grahastha and who is grahamedi. Person who tries to use everything in the service of Krishna, who thinks that whatever I have got out of my previous birth, okay, whatever he's trying to get in this birth or the previous birth, he's trying to use that in the service of Krishna. That is better rather than just leaving up everything. Srila Prabhupada used everything in the service of Krishna. If you have a good house, use it. Call the devotees, do some programs, and distribute prasad. If you have lots of money, make some temple. So everything that we have, Krishna's Srila Prabhupada said, even if you have a mobile, we are doing this class, we are doing something, for the benefit of our own mind, of soul. Okay, then there are many pretenders who refuse to work in Krishna consciousness but make a show of meditation. So Srila Prabhupada never approved of it. It is not that if Srila Prabhupada wanted, he would have stayed in Vrindavan, never gone out of Vrindavan and did so much of effort. He would have just stayed. So, but he made the correct thing. Like, we just feel that if Prabhupada was not there, what would be whole world doing now? So many people are who are in ISKCON following Srila Prabhupada. He has like given us such a beautiful life that whatever we have, how to use that in Krishna's service. So all that intelligence comes when we are under the guidance of a spiritual master. So that we from outside, a Krishna conscious person and a normal person, you cannot make out the difference. You will feel both are going for the office, both are cooking the food, both are taking care of the children. But what has changed? The consciousness has changed. One is doing for the own sense enjoyment, a materialistic person, but the Krishna conscious person is doing because to serve Krishna, to serve the devotees of Krishna. So, what is better? A person who is just trying to renounce everything? No, but a person who is better? A person who's trying to use everything in Krishna's service. Such pretenders may also speak on dry philosophy in order to bluff sophisticated followers, but according to this verse, they are the greatest cheaters. For sense enjoyment, one can act in any capacity of the social order, but if one follows the rules and regulation of his particular status, so even if we are grasta and trying to gradually, work in the service of Krishna, maybe we are not up to the mark presently, but we are just trying to hear, because bhakti starts from Shravanam. Then we take up to chanting. Then we try to engage our senses more and more in Krishna's service, and this will purify our existence. So it is not important to show off that you are a yogi, you are doing lots of meditation, and from inside you are trying to take up sense gratification, and how you are trying to find out how can I be more situated in this world. So there is no point. So must be called the greatest cheater, even though he sometimes speaks of philosophy. His knowledge has no value because the effects of such a sinful man's knowledge are taken away by the illusionary energy of the Lord. So in this world, it's very important to find out a best guru, a right guru who's in parampara, who is not a pretender. He's trying to really engage you in Krishna's service some way or the other. And at the same time, some people, just do bhakti out of sentiments. They just think, oh, just to take Krishna's name is so much purifying, and they don't want to do any seva. They just want to do bhakti in some way. My guru, I'm following my guru, eat, do whatever you want. They say like that. But Srila Prabhupada said, no, you have to follow the four regulative principles. You have to leave meat eating. You have to leave intoxication. You have to leave gambling. You have to you have to leave illicit sex. You cannot be an ISKCON follower if you are doing all these things. So you have to follow, and you have to become, you don't have to become a mithyachari. You, from your achar itself, you should be seen as a Krishna conscious person. So you will see people who are people who are following Krishna conscious, what they say, they will also follow that. It's not that they'll just say, they'll also follow those things, and you will be happy to follow them, because they are whatever they are saying and doing is same. It's not different. I have seen many of my people in our building who are having some of the other gurus, but they have not left non-veg. They are still under, all more maya. They are saying that, yes, but we are following somebody. So what is the use? There is no purification that is happening in you. So purification will come how? When you follow the right guru, which is very, very important. So we'll end here on shloka number 6 because the time is up. I don't know whether I was able to do justification to the class because Mataji is very good. Bhumika Mataji, I've heard her classes, but I've tried to explain in the best possible way as far as I understood. So please forgive me for my not being able to explain you in any way. So I'll tell Mataji to, clarify these doubts again if you have any. Vancha kalpatirobhescha kripa sindhuvescha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anything you want to add or ask any questions, we can do a 2-3 minutes more discussion.
Hare Krishna Mataji, can you explain this Brahmana and cobbler? I did not understand.
Okay, so basically, there was a Brahmana and there was a cobbler. So Brahmana was doing all the rituals and everything. He was trying to do yagya and all that. So once Narad Muni passes through a Brahmana, and then the Brahmana asks him, if you are going to Lord Vishnu, please ask him in which birth I will come back to him. Okay. So he says, okay. Then he passes a cobbler, and then the cobbler says that if you're going to meet Lord Vishnu, just ask him in which birth I'll come. So when Narad Muni goes to Lord Vishnu, so then he asks, he asks Lord Vishnu, he tells Lord Vishnu, I met these two people, a Brahmana and a cobbler. Can you tell me who will come in which birth? So the Lord tells him that the cobbler will come back to you, will come back to me in this birth itself, but the Brahmana will take some more lifetimes.
Okay.
So Narad Muni doesn't understand that. He feels that he is doing all the rituals and the yagyas, he's doing so many activities. But why he should be able to come first rather than the cobbler, right? So then Lord Vishnu tells him, okay, if you don't understand, do one thing. When you go back, when you meet them, just tell to each of them that I was not I was trying, actually, I was passing an elephant through the hole of the needle. The hole of the needle is very small. You cannot do that.
Yeah.
So when he goes back, he tells the Brahmana, and then the Brahmana says that he was doing that. So he doesn't believe. He said, oh no, how is it possible to do that? But the same thing when he tells to the cobbler immediately believes. And Narad Muni was himself shocked that how is this possible? In fact, he should believe it more than the cobbler. But the cobbler said, no, I can believe that because if my Lord can take out such a big tree from a small seed, why not he can pass the elephant from a needle? So actually, this story is of faith. So what happens sometimes? People show off a lot of things, like I'm just giving you an example of a Brahman. So maybe outside we can see the meditator or the person who's doing meditation, he's in saffron cloths or somebody, that he will go back to Godhead. We can assume that, yeah, he's such a big yogi. No, he's doing this, that. But at the same time, a simple householder, outwardly you will not know that householder's faith is more strong than the person who's doing the meditation.
He does the work very seriously. He's
Yeah, he does the work seriously.
with
At the same time, maybe,
sincerity.
yes, at the
Yeah.
same time, the faith he has on the Lord is very, very important. So the
Okay.
faith, the love for Krishna can be arised by a person in any condition. It is not uh,
Brahmana and like that.
specific.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to be a Brahmana, you have to be a meditator, you have to be this, that. A simple person can also do that. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there was a person who was there was a Brahmana. Okay, he was a very simple person. He didn't even know how to read Bhagavad Gita. He was reading uh, uh, inverted Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he was crying, crying, crying. So all other, and he used to read shlokas. He doesn't know how to read shlokas also. He was like very simple kind of a person. So then the other people, they used to tell him, oh, you don't know how to read this, that. And the person, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he came and that person was crying and he said, oh, why you're crying? He said, I am so this that I don't know how to read. I want to read this Bhagavad Gita, but my guru said to read it. And when I see the picture of the front page, I feel that my Lord is so merciful that he has accepted the position of a Sarathi. He has become a charioteer. So the love for Krishna can be developed in any ashram, in anything, in any place. It's not necessary that you go to the forest, you go here, you do that. No.
Thank you,
That is
Mataji. Hare Krishna. I understood. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Anybody else wants to share something?
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Very nice class, Mata.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Gurudev. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.